Willie D Live.
I'm going to drop a name, and the only reason why I'm going to drop it is because you've already made it public, and I don't think you're going to have a problem saying anything.
No
Talking
problem. I
about
don't have a problem with anything.
Richard Bruce.
Yeah, my
That's your father. I mean, did he really take the family money and take off when you were 2 years old?
It's so funny you said that. Me and my girlfriend are always fucking with each other, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm always like, she's like, anyway, we joking about each other's parents, you know what I'm saying? And she's always like, Richard Bruce, this and that, fucking with me. She's like, I just saw Rick Bruce, you know, la la la. And then I've been hearing that name so much, you know. I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker. Yeah, I was 2 years old when he left.
You made a song.
Well, listen, listen.
Fuck my dad or something
Yeah,
like that?
but yeah, because look, man, this motherfucker left when I was 2, right? Abandoned everybody, gone, all that, right? Tried coming back when I was 42. Man, this motherfucker ain't coming back for me. He's coming back for him. He's worried about his own soul. He's like, I'm getting old. I need to right my wrongs, you know? Man, fuck you, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's my thinking. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Father's Day was coming up and I made that song, you know? And I ended up making a video for it. I liked the song, you know what I mean? But, I'm not like emotionally scarred or damaged or filled with vengeance, you know, or I'd already went and found him and beat his ass, you know what I mean? It's not like that. You know, the song was meant for a lot for other people that have been fucked by deadbeat dads, you know what I'm saying? And I was never really hurt by him leaving me when I was 2 until my kids were 2. You know what I mean? When my kids were the age he left me at, you know what I mean? And my brother, my older brother and sister, you know? That's when I realized what a real punk son of a bitch he was, you know what I'm saying? For that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And being gone forever. And then trying to come all back, you know what I mean? 40 fucking years? Thanks for nothing, bitch. You know what I'm saying? The fuck out of here, man.
If the shoe was on the other foot and that other foot was your mother, would you still feel the same way if she had walked out on the family?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You would have made a song called Fuck My Mama?
Unless she had some sort of drastic reason. But my father left because he was a bitch. He was having an affair, and he was like, man, I can either stay here with these kids, you know what I'm saying? Or I could go leave with this fucking new hot bitch, he's fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Punk-ass lemma bitch for the rest of his life. And he became, my favorite line in that song is, somewhere in Arizona, wait, let me fuck it up. Somewhere in Arizona, a prison guard. It figures you be a fucking pig in the yard. Because I guess I heard he was a prison guard.
Right. Yeah, that's cold. But I for the life of me, man, I cannot fathom how someone can be responsible for bringing a human being into this world and not be there to watch that child grow and develop. I can't fathom. You know, another thing, I don't rock with dudes who do that. I don't hang around those type of dudes. Because if you won't take care of your seed, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
If you do your seed like that, I know what you'll do to me.
Exactly, man.
There ain't no greater responsibility. There's not a greater responsibility for a man than to protect, provide, counsel, teach, coach, that which he bringing into the world. It's not a greater responsibility, brother. And for you to skip out on that, yeah, man, I couldn't rock with you.
And then for you to not have that natural urge to want to do that, already means something's wrong with your compassion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why would you have any compassion for me? You know what I'm saying?
Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, like, you managed to totally be like the opposite of that dude. Like, ever since I've known you, you've always been a compassionate guy. You've been passionate, but you've also been compassionate. You care about people, like you love hard, you know. And I know how you feel about your babies, you know. How did you get it right, and he get it so wrong, and you are his direct descendant?
I don't have any idea, man. But fuck.
Did you make a conscious effort to be, better than him?
I think my mom was such an awesome woman and gave us so much love and put so much fucking work and love into us. He wasn't needing. He wasn't needed. And I'm glad that motherfucker left. Like I said in the song, I'm glad you left and didn't instill your bitchness in our business. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, I'm glad you left. I didn't want to, you didn't teach me how to be a man. Punk ass motherfucker, that was a favor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think it had any type of impact? It had to have some type of impact on Teresa, your sister.
No, that's what's strange. My sister, well, I want to say still knows him, but there were times in my life, like when my sister had troubles when she was a teenager, she actually went and stayed with him. Like when she was 18 or 19, I think. She went to Arizona for like a couple weeks or whatever, and we were like, we were like, anyway, every time we hear about, like when he tried to come back when I was 42, she went to dinner with him and shit. You know what I mean? We're stunned by that, me and my brother.
Did you feel betrayed by her?
No.
Okay.
That's her business.
That's her business. And
she
that's
was
her
older.
relationship.
She was older. She remembered him more. You know what I mean? Plus, she went and stayed with him when she was going through hard times, and so, we don't know his motherfucking face from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But she had more of a I don't know. If I saw him, I'd probably knock his old ass out. You know what I mean?
Elderly abuse, man, they can hit you hard for that. You can get 20 years for elderly abuse, man. Say, man,
I'm elderly too.
So it's a wash. So you were telling me about this story when you visited Austin and appeared on Kill Tony.
Yeah, man.
Finish that story. Wait, let's take it from the beginning for the sake of the people who hadn't heard the story.
Okay. But I want to talk about something with you.
Okay.
At some point. Just make sure I get to. Because I got questions for you, remember?
I got you.
Okay. So I'm doing this press run with Shaggy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we did L.A., we did a bunch of podcasts. We came to San Antonio, we did Juggalo Weekend. Last weekend, it was off the hook. Two shows, so dope. Lazy Bone, it was fresh seeing him, and then we went to Austin, correct? Austin for 2 days doing podcasts and stuff. And Joey didn't come back the first day. Like, he flew home. There was a day off after Juggalo Weekend, a Sunday, right? Joey flew home to see his kids. Monday, there was only one podcast. It's called Kill Tony. And Joey was like, my kids are upset I'm leaving, because he's got young kids. My kids are upset I'm leaving again so soon, man. Why don't you just go knock that one out, you know what I mean? So he's like, I'll be in tomorrow morning, you know what I mean? So I'm like, no problem, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's going to be a podcast or something, you know what I mean? We get there, and we're pulling up, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a line around the door, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this is in front of a crowd? And he's like, yep, right in front of the crowd. I'm like, I had no fucking idea.
You have no idea this is one of the biggest platforms for comedy.
Yeah, I had no idea, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna be on the panel. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of comedians or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'd be like a special guest on the panel. You know what I mean? So, if anything, and do an interview, like sit down, like we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe other guys would be up there that were interviewed, but you know how they do it, on a long table or whatever. These podcasts, and so in the dressing room, Tony was like, you know what you're doing? And I'm like, yes, vaguely. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the fuck. And he was like, well, you're going to do stand-up comedy. You're going to do some stand-up. And I'm like, stand-up? How long? And he was like, a minute. And I was like, okay, what should I say? I'm not a comedian. You know what I mean? And he was like, tell a story about when you came into Skankfest and you ate all those mushrooms and you ended up sitting down next to Roseanne Barr somehow, And I was like, all right, good idea. I was like, all right, good idea. So.
Why do I think this is not a good idea?
and he's like, but make it snappy with punchlines. And I'm like, I'm not even a comedian, you know what I mean? So we're sitting there in the dressing room, right? And I'm watching the monitor of the show. And as it's going, I'm seeing what the fuck is happening. You know what I mean? And I start thinking, fuck it, man. I'm going to fuck that story. Let me come up with some shit, you know what I'm saying? Some shit I think would be funny, And I started trying to come up with some shit. This story sucks because it sounds like I'm bragging. But, man, I've always respected comedians. Big time. It's always been something I thought I could never do that.
Right.
But, man, I was like, fuck that. Let me think of some shit, And so I thought of something, and then I thought of some other shit, and then I just was like, fuck it, I got a minute. Man, I ended up going out there and doing 3 minutes in 30 seconds. Stand up. And I think I killed it. I feel like I killed it.
How did the audience respond?
Like I killed it.
What did Tony say?
He said I killed it.
Brutally honest.
Huh?
Tony is brutally honest.
He was like, great, outstanding set, you know what I mean? And everybody was like, you've never done stand-up before? Man, if I was I'm still buzzing off that shit. You know what I mean?
So are you thinking about?
No.
You're not going to pull a TI?
No, I got that. I know I did it. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now.
Have you ever wanted to really do it in the past? I'm not saying like seriously do it, but have you even romanticized doing it?
No, fuck no. Brother, I say it all the time. I see comedians and strippers as the same thing. As two things I could never fucking do. Okay? I'll tell you why. For a stripper to get up on stage and be like, I know I'm so fine, I'm going to get money thrown at me. To me, that takes confidence and courage. Okay? For a guy to stand up on stage in front of a crowd like, make me laugh. You know what I mean? Same way a crowd's like, make my dick hard or whatever. And that takes confidence and courage. You know what I'm saying? I look at them as two things that I could be like, man, I could never do that shit.
Confidence and courage are a few drinks,
Man, my girlfriend still ain't seen me with my shirt off.
I get what you're saying, yeah. Comics, when they do it right, they're the best. I mean, you can't.
I know. I admire the fuck out of them.
That's why I won't jump my ass on that stage. I already know. Like I'm gonna get up there, man. I might have an idea what I'm gonna say, and it might even be funny. I probably could test it out on other people, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's funny. Do it." And I get up on the stage, and I'd be like, "Man, right out there, everybody say, Willie D, coming to that Willie D. I come out there, I'm gonna have some dope music playing. And right after the music, yeah, man, yeah, so what the fuck what I was gonna say? What was I about to say? I would forget.
Yeah.
Like I can remember rhymes. But just remembering like jokes and stuff like that, being able to put that stuff in pocket and in sequence. I ain't that good. I wouldn't try that.
First thing I said when I went out there, they were like, he said, ladies and gentlemen, the show reaches all kind of audience, and sometimes celebrities are fans, and this guy wanted to give stand-up a try, and I'm sitting there listening like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, we all grew up hearing this shit, one happening in St. Cloud, possibly Violent J, I come out, everybody's applauding. My first line, I said, I waited till everybody stopped. I said, appreciate the applause and all, but it's not like any of y'all ever bought any of our shit.
That's pretty good. That's a good open.
Yeah.